How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is John and I give you regular updates in the world of tech and space. And in this video I'm going to talk to you about the James Webb Space Telescope and how it has discovered something terrifying again. You heard that? Yeah, terrifying. Every week I'm seeing titles saying scientists are scared, NASA didn't expect this. I bet you've noticed this trend recently, guys. You type in James Webb Space Telescope and it's like terrifying discovery at the edge of the universe. This image broke scientists. Something is very wrong. It's like a horror movie trailer. But here's the truth. James Webb is mostly giving us incredible images, better data and clearer answers, not cosmic nightmare fuel. So let's look at what Webb is really doing. Seeing early galaxies more clearly, studying star formation in dusty nebula, looking at exoplanet atmospheres, and measuring the universe's expansion more precisely. You know, the actual science? So this is not about the universe is collapsing tomorrow or any of that bullshit. So why are they saying terrifying? This word gets used because it grabs clicks. People don't understand scale. When scientists say unexpected, they mean, oh cool, new data to update models. YouTube titles actually translate that as physics is broken and we're all doomed. When in reality, astronomers are just sitting there like, that's interesting, let's update the model. That's literally how science works. You get better tools, you get better data, and your understanding improves. That's not terrifying, that's progress. And James Webb is basically the best tool we've ever had for looking at the universe. For example, Webb has been spotting really early galaxies that formed when the universe was still very young. Some of them actually look more developed than we expected at the time. A scientist's reaction is going to be like, wow, galaxy formation might have happened faster than we thought. The YouTube people's reaction is going to be, the universe shouldn't exist. No mate, it exists just fine, we're just learning more details. Then there's star formation. Webb can see through cloud dust that blocks visible light, so we're getting insane views of stellar nurseries. Places where stars are literally being born. That's not cosmic horror, that's basically the universe's maternity ward. The same with exoplanets. Webb is studying the atmospheres of planets around stars, detecting molecules like water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, and that helps us understand chemistry on other worlds. A scientist will basically say, this helps us understand planetary systems better. Then you'll probably see a video on YouTube saying, aliens confirmed, governments fall silent. So these people need to calm down when they're making these videos. A lot of it is very clickbaity. Even when Webb actually finds something unexpected, it doesn't mean physics is broken, it just means our previous picture was incomplete. Imagine thinking you understood a city from space, then zooming in and seeing more streets than you realised. The city doesn't break, your map just got bigger and better. Webb isn't showing us terror, it's showing us detail. Early galaxies, star birth, planetary atmospheres, distant structures, all with clarity we've never had before. Space is extreme, space is huge, and space is very weird at times. But most of the time, it's not existential dread. And here's another thing people forget. Webb isn't working alone. It's not just randomly pointing into the void going, let's see what nightmare is out here today. Every observation is planned. Scientists propose what they want to look at, and it gets reviewed, scheduled, and studied in detail. This isn't, whoops, we accidentally discovered cosmic doom. It's, let's carefully study this galaxy cluster to measure how mass actually bends light, which is actually called gravitational lensing, by the way, and Webb is amazing at it. Massive objects like galaxy clusters bend light from galaxies behind them, and this acts like a natural magnifying glass. That's how we see even farther into the universe. But then you're going to get a video saying, the universe is distorting reality, when in actual fact the scientific version is gravity does gravity things, so it's not as exciting. Now let's talk about scale for a second. When a video title says, Webb saw something at the edge of the universe, that doesn't mean we found a wall, a barrier, or the end credits of reality. It just means we're seeing light that's been travelling for over 13 billion years. We're basically looking back in time. That's not terrifying, that's one of the coolest things humans have ever figured out. It's like archaeology, but instead of digging into the ground, we're looking deep into space. You've probably seen titles saying, scientists are confused. Well, this doesn't mean panic. It means, oh, this is interesting. Confusion in science is good. That's where discovery actually happens. If everything matched perfectly all the time, we'd stop learning. Webb is actually giving us better measurements, sharper data, and more detail than ever. Naturally, things won't line up exactly with older estimates because the older tools weren't as powerful. That's not physics is breaking, that's physics is getting a software update. So yeah, James Webb isn't uncovering cosmic horror stories all the time. It's showing us how galaxies formed, how stars are born, what distant planets are made of, and how the universe actually evolved. Which honestly is way more impressive than fake drama. And here's the thing, if you ever see one of those videos claiming James Webb just found something terrifying and you're sitting there thinking, wait, did it though? There's a simple move you can actually make. Go to the NASA website. I know a wild idea checking the actual source. NASA literally publishes updates, images, exoplanets and the actual science behind discoveries. When you get on the website, you're not going to hear any dramatic music, you're not going to hear any crazy, you're not going to hear some AI voiceover which most of these people are using for their videos. You're just going to see simple facts and it's going to say this is what we observed, this is what it means, this is what we're still figuring out. It's not as exciting as the cosmic void is watching us, but it's real. And the cool thing is, you'll often find the discovery is still amazing, just not turned into a sci-fi horror story. So if a YouTube claim sounds a bit dramatic, remember, just do a quick check with NASA, ESA or actual mission pages. It takes 5 minutes and suddenly the universe feels a lot less like a thriller movie and a lot more like what it actually is. Complicated, fascinating and still being figured out. Which honestly is way cooler than fake fear. So that's it, James Webb isn't uncovering cosmic horror stories. It's giving us the best space data humans have ever had. Early galaxies, star birth, planetary atmospheres and real discoveries, real science. The universe is already insane enough. We don't need to turn our every image into a Netflix thriller. And that's my goal here, just to break this stuff down in a normal way without the dramatic nonsense. And without pretending physics is collapsing every Tuesday. If you enjoyed this, learned something, or just like space explained without the bullshit, hit like, subscribe, and stick around, plenty more real space stuff coming up. Anyway, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.